All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. I am really excited about today's episode because we have our boy, Dione, joining us today. What's going on, man? How are you?
What's up? I'm pumped up, dude. I love what you guys are doing here with the platform, all the platforms you guys are on, and it's a secret like thing that I always wanted to do, but I didn't think I was going to ask. And when you asked me, I was like, yes, I will move mountains and schedules
Oh
to make it
man, you're
happen. And so I'm good, man. I'm excited. I'm glad to be part of the resale community and what resale has done, provided for me and my family, um, and sharing knowledge and just kick it tonight is it's dope. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, dude. But I forgot to say, my name is Ray. I am your host of the podcast. And Dustin, my co-host, is actually not here today. He is an avid left-handed golfer. It's one of his hobbies that he makes time for, and he had a golf tournament to go to, and he is super tired. So he may join us in the chat. He does have a 3-year-old son that he has to take care of.
Mm,
Dione, you know about that. You know about the kiddos. You got to make time for that.
for
And
sure.
but yeah, man. But let's go ahead and say hi to some people in the chat that are joining us. We got our boys here. We got Crispy Toys and Treasures. He says hello. He says he's gonna be back for this one because this is gonna be a great episode. We
That's
have
awesome.
none other than Colts Comics himself, Jeremy, a veteran of the podcast.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jeremy, one of the OGs for sure. It's like a I don't know. It's like a weird TikTok inside like reselling fraternity. What do you say, Dione?
It is. It is, especially when you first start making content. You don't know who's going to gravitate towards you for whatever reason, and then they how you follow each other, and then those who you see the same people in the same comments. TikTok kind of just lumps you all together,
Oh,
and so these are some of the guys that, from Chris to Jeremy to you to others. Hopefully, they join. That it seems like we've been running together for a
for a
year,
minute.
years now, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I was talking to somebody else and they were saying, you know what, Ray, we need to put on a someone else that lives close here in Nashville, Mess Hall Diggs. He might jump on later. He lives in Clarksville, which is a little northeast. And he was
Okay.
like, dude, we need to just do a like reselling meetup in Nashville. I'm like, dude, I'm down. It's like, let's work on it because we're gonna need because I want to have speakers, I want to
Yeah.
have like a place to where everyone can congregate and talk and I want to do it right. I just don't want to have it like at like a Ryan's or old country buffet or something like that. You know what I mean? So I want to do it right. But
Yeah.
we have Chris at peak here. He says, "Do you even flip, bro? Do you even flip?"
The flip, bro. He's asked me that. Do I even lift? Because that's
I
something
love
I
it.
enjoy doing. Uh, Chris is awesome. Chris,
He is. He
I've been
is.
trying to
We have
get
to
this
have Chris
dude.
on.
Man, I've been trying to get him to put out a like branch lookout document. I told him I would pay for it because
Oh man,
he
yeah.
drops so many names in his videos. I'm like, I can't
Hmm.
remember all those names. So I want to get into the clothing area of reselling, and he's already busy. But I would pay good money for a cheat sheet from Chris at Peak
Yes,
for sure.
Chris, we're gonna have you on the pod, and we can do at least an audio version of the cheat sheet.
Oh
We have
man,
it'll be great. It'll be
makes so
great.
much money. He would make so much money.
Yeah. We have Scooter Renee LLC. Hey guys, think this is my first time here. Good to see you, Renee. I'm glad that you can join us tonight. Glad that you can make some time. And Colts Comics says reseller reunion at the Crackle
The
Barrel.
Crackle
There you go.
Barrel.
There you go. If you do it at Ryan's, I hate Ryan's. I hate like those like what's that other buffet?
Golden Corral.
Yes. Wow. Golden Corral wasn't on the news lately. There was like a big fight at Golden Corral. I think it might have just been here in Tennessee.
It's probably in Tennessee. You guys might be wilding in
We
Tennessee.
wildin'. We wildin', baby. They ran out of steak. That was the reason there was a fight. They ran out of steak. That
Probably.
$2 steak. But this is a reselling podcast. I know we are going to get into maybe some food related items later on. But Dione, I want to ask you, since we're talking a little bit about just making content on TikTok. I know you're big on TikTok. Again, guys, if you want to follow him, his TikTok is linked down in the description below. And that's all kind of your social media that you have, right, Dione? Besides your, your personal Facebook and probably maybe an Instagram, but your
Yeah.
reselling related content is all on TikTok. Is that right?
Correct. It's all on TikTok. I use it as a outlet for this thing that I do, because it does not go the rest of my life. If we get to talk about it, it's definitely like my place to escape kind of deal. And it was something that I had no one else to talk to about. Like
Mm,
my Facebook and my Instagram is very focused, a part of my life and how I live out my life and my family and my faith. But this TikTok side, like it started off being just an extension of what I've already doing on Instagram and Facebook. And I just needed something that's detached from that. That's not trying to not shine on that, but it's just something that it's me that I
yeah.
love to do.
It's like
For
niching down on your
Yeah,
hobby.
like how some
Yeah.
guys go into video games, and like TikTok for me and being able to create for reselling is where I find that thing that scratches that itch to be creative and to connect with a group of people that really has nothing to do with any part of my life, like my normal life. I don't talk to resellers. I see a few every once in a while at the
Uh-huh.
thrift store, but yeah, TikTok is the only place that you'll find like reselling content. The few times I have shared it on my other platforms, I get like, what are you doing? Like,
It's like
you resell?
who
Like, what is that?
it's like do we need to have a
Yeah,
what is it
like
when you a convent not a convention. What is it when
interventions.
you yeah, intervention.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
need to
Like,
have an
are
intervention.
you a hoarder and you're just selling your
Yeah.
stuff? I didn't know.
It's like
So
why are you buying all these My Little Pony figures? It's like
exactly.
Dione, we need to talk. It's
Why
like
you why
that's
you're so excited about Shopkins and Polly Pockets?
yeah.
It's
So
really funny.
Chris says stay tuned. A cheat sheet might have something up
Oh,
my sleeve. So
yeah. That
that's
would do us
interesting.
all. You'll be serving the resale community.
You would be serving the world, Chris, not just resellers.
Oh,
People in India will be, they'll be talking. Have you heard about this Chris at Peak? He's dropping some knowledge. People in Dubai, people in
facts.
Indonesia, the whole world, man, the whole
Yeah,
world. We
that's
have
cool.
Side Hustle Mom is joining us. Good to see you, Side Hustle Mom. I'm glad that you can join us today. But Dione, real quick, I know that we're talking about you making reselling content on TikTok. Why was that the avenue that you chose? Why didn't you do maybe just a Instagram related um reselling related Instagram, or maybe start a YouTube like a lot of other people do? Like what was
Yeah.
the reason TikTok was their main focus on creating content?
Yeah, that's a great question. The thing I found about TikTok that I really enjoyed right away was how fast and easy it was to create videos and edit
Mm-hmm.
within the app.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I don't do YouTube, even though I've been asked several times, is I don't want to commit the time to editing a video. Even though they have the YouTube suite edit, it's not as seamless
It's
as
garbage.
TikTok. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that good. And so YouTube, man, unless I was going to do a long format like this where I can just plug and play, um, it's just not something I'm willing to commit time to in my schedule right now, and my wife is not willing to let me commit time to.
Yeah. Amen to that, man.
So TikTok, the editing app, even at the beginning, it's gotten even better now. But even at the beginning, it was so easy to plug it, like to just cut and clip and add songs, and it was easy. And once I saw there was a community, not just one or four other people doing it, but an actual like thriving community where people are talking about bolos, like people are actually sharing information. That's more my alley. Like I want to join in on that. So that's how it really happened. I started TikTok because of the pandemic. The pandemic, and I
Yeah.
had time on my hands, and I started a series. My first little series I was doing was teaching my oldest son, things he should know as he's getting older. So like I showed him how to turn the breaker on an electric panel. Like I showed him how to like turn the main water off on the house if I was never home for some reason. So it started off like that, like teaching my kids things, and TikTok has evolved from just dancing and being silly, where I had moved into this information side of TikTok because that's what I was doing. I was doing more informational
Mm-hmm.
things, and then I saw people resell. I was like, get out of here! There's people doing that too. and actually showing it and talking about it, and they're not like weird. I mean, we are weird, but they're not. And then Gary Vee was
Jeremy's
talking about
weird.
it. It's not Jeremy weird. Like, this guy's a reseller, but he never shows what he resells. He just talks about the high prices. and so, but no, that's how it really started, by finding a community that I could plug into, and it was easy. It didn't take too much time for me because I'm already pretty comfortable in front of the camera, and I have editing background from doing different projects. And so TikTok just was easy to do. It wasn't something I had to spend a lot of time and effort to do to put out content. So
Nice.
that's how I gravitated
That's
towards
great.
it. Yeah, man.
That's great, man. Chris saying that he's big in India, and
He probably already
you
is.
know,
We're
Chris
sleeping
at
on him.
Peak is a global
We
phenomenon.
can't
So
sleep on
we
him.
can't sleep on him. Can't sleep on him. We have Glenn the Swamp Picker. Good to see you, Glenn. Glenn was actually one of the people that I met when we did a little meetup. Somebody else did it, and we did get to meet at Ryan's. So
That's
that's
cool.
the first time. That was the first time I met Glenn. Was it? Yeah, it was at Ryan's, I believe. And we have Del Marva Picker. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
So what's up, guys? Good to see you. Glad that you can jump on. But Dione, let's talk about, you said that, you started TikTok during the whatever, the thing that happened in the world that we're still
Yeah.
dealing with.
Right.
But reselling, how did you get into that? Like, what was the motivation there? What was the ball that got rolling? Like, it was something that you've kind of already knew about, did when you were a kid, selling baseball cards, maybe Pokemon cards, and it just evolved? Or tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so as a kid, we did trading cards, and we resold candy at school when you were supposed to do that, out of your backpack. But nothing crazy. I do remember one year when my mom was big into not big into reselling, but we got bulk candy and we sold lollipops, like those gourmet lollipops, and that would like paid for our vacation. I remember that very vividly. So I've always had that kind of like entrepreneur spirit. I won't say I'm a true entrepreneur, but I've had that spirit of entrepreneurship, and I have no problems selling stuff in a yard sale. I've sold stuff on Craigslist before, but that's just more like I don't want to get rid of stuff. Like, oh, I got this laying around. I don't want to drop it off at Goodwill. Let's just throw it up on Craigslist. But how it actually became an actual like I want to do this, it was from watching Gary Vee, and I watched Gary Vee right when he started to. Gary Vaynerchuk, for those who don't know, is a social media influencer, like epic entrepreneur kind of guy who started from the bottom, kind of now we're here kind of dude. And even for me, the way he delivers his content was very brash and wouldn't use the same language I would use to communicate to the masses. But he grabbed my ear, and I remember vividly him saying, I can't remember what video. I don't know if he was on the Breakfast Family or what video, but he talked about selling a mug, and this was before his garbage, his trash to cash series he did. But
Yeah.
he talked about selling a mug, like a coffee mug, like get it for a quarter, sell it for $10. I was like, no way. And whoever's interview was like, that's cap. That's not true. He's like, look it up. Just look it up. And I went on eBay. I was like, get out of here. There's people who buy coffee mugs. And so literally the next day I went to the thrift store and I bought like 6-7 coffee mugs. I already had an eBay account, and I put them up there, and a few of them sold. I said, okay, all right, I'm doing this. And then I went to YouTube and I started watching, the first reseller I ever started watching was Rally Roots. Those were that first couple way back before they got to the size they are now. If you guys have never watched Ryan Rally Roots, I like them. Some people don't like, whatever, but they're the first like real resellers that got me to like look at items and what am I good at and what do I have a knowledge base. So it started with Gary Vee with legitimately a coffee mug, and then Ryan Rally Roots of like, you can actually make some money, like have a why you want to resell. Gary showed me that you could. Then I needed a reason to, and my reason was we wanted to go on vacation. We had not just vacation, we wanted to go to Disney World. So there's levels to vacations. And we did not have Disney World vacation budget money in our own everyday.
You got budget. McDonald's money.
Yeah, we have like day trips to the beach and go to Six Flags. but a week at Disney, and we want to go like by ourselves. We've gone before with grandparents, and they basically
Mhm.
pay for a bulk of it, and we've done like the big family trip where we're all pitching in. But my wife was like, I want to take a trip with just us, our kids, nobody else, like nobody else, because it's expensive. But I finally had her why to resell, and so it, it's it was Gary V selling a coffee mug, Ryan Rally Roots having a why, what's your niche, what do you know already, and then trial and error at the thrift store got me
Got that
to
right.
getting bruh, I
Yeah.
blew so much money on Beanie Babies. Why didn't no one tell me?
Oh man, the
Bro, I
trap.
got I bought every Beanie Baby at the thrift store. Uh, and I thought for sure these will sell. I still have a bunch of them. But yeah, that's how I started. Gary Vee to Ryan Rally Roots because we wanted to go on vacation to Disney World.
That's awesome. How much? I've never been to Disney World. I've never
Ooh.
been to Disney World. Like what? Like I'm not like trying to like look in your pockets or
No,
anything like
man.
that, But like, what is like a trip to Disney World like cost? Like
So
let's say you and your wife,
okay,
just you two, you want to go to Disney World for let's say a week.
week.
You want to
When
stay.
you want to go? I'm a Disney
I don't.
aficionado. Like I am Mr.
I
Disney.
don't know. Let's
Like,
say my anniversary is the end of September. So let's say
okay,
around September 29th,
okay.
September 30th. Okay.
Actually, that's the best time to go because
Hey,
everybody's
let's
starting
go.
school and
Okay.
the park is not empty, but there's not a lot of basically people are there are homeschool kids. Where parents are like, we're going because everybody else is in school. So if you go just the two of, if it was going to be just me and my wife in the September, mid-September, and we want to stay. So you got value resorts, you got moderate resorts, and then you have
Uh-huh.
your premium resorts. Let's say we want to stay moderate, mid-level. We don't want to blow the budget, and we want to do a
Like a
week there.
Holiday Inn or a Marriott. What are we
No, we're
talking
gonna stay
about here?
on Disney property. We're gonna go
Oh, okay.
on Disney property. For two people, it will cost. Are we going in the park every day? If you're there for 7 days, how many days you
I
want to go in
mean,
the park?
I'm already in the park, am I not?
When you're
Like
on
what's the
property, your resort is on Disney property, but you haven't got your park ticket. So you get to select how many days you want to go into the park, and you pay
what?
on that rate. Yeah. So
Can
how
I
many
stay
days?
out of property? Is it cheaper?
Yes, but then you have to pay for parking every day. So that's $30
Oh,
every day you drive into. So it is
Disney property.
cheaper, but
Okay, okay,
you gotta
okay.
deal with that
So
too.
let's okay. What is there to do on property?
So there's a lot to do on property besides go on the parks. So they
Okay.
have their shopping district called Disney Springs, which is phenomenal. Loved going down there. Great places to eat. And then there's they have two fantastic mini golf areas where there's actual grass, like mini golf on real grass. So
Okay.
you have that you could do. You
Gotcha.
can do water sports, so you like rent a boat. You can go fishing. You
Okay.
can ride the monorail. Go look at other resorts.
So like more
Uh,
like adult related activities besides going into the park.
yes. So
Okay.
I'll give you a good example. My wife and I took a vacation, just us, to Disney for 5 days, no kids, and we went in the park 2 days. So 2 out of the 5 days we went in the park. The
Okay.
other 3 days we just chilled at the resort. That trip cost us with airfare and food. I think everything together is like 2,500 for five
That's not
days.
too bad.
Not too bad. So it was, and I knew how to work the system, not system, but
Yeah.
I went an avenue that I could get the best value for my dollar by renting somebody else's timeshare, Disney timeshare. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
rented their timeshare. That got me a better deal. So yeah, 2,500. That got us our airfare, our food, our park tickets, and the stay. That was for five
For
days in the middle of the
two days
summer.
in the park.
2 days.
5
So
days at the property.
right. So we
Okay.
stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and so we got to see the animals right there at our resort, the giraffes, the zebras. Um, we got to take Disney transportation everywhere we wanted to go, and we just chilled. We chilled at the pool. We had long days just in
Oh,
the
I like that.
resort.
Yeah.
We sat on our balcony, watched the animals go by and eat and run around. It was dope. It was cool. It was a good
Hey,
time.
when I'm ready to go,
Hit me
I'm gonna
up.
hit you up, man. I'm gonna hit you
Hit me
up.
up. But for our family to go,
Ooh.
let's just say it's over six. It was 6 grand. It
Yeah,
was 6 grand.
that makes some sense.
Yeah,
And you have a family. You have three
two
children. Is
boys.
that true? Three
two
boys?
boys, two
2
teenagers.
boys. Okay.
So yes, and that's us knowing like we're gonna go this time of year and we're gonna stay at this resort. Like we do the numbers to make it work. So that's about the limit I want to pay is 6. When I get to 8 and 10 grand, I'm like, I could have bought a car. So 6 grand is about where we like to stay for
Yeah,
a week
that's
trip
true.
to Disney World. But that's what
Gosh.
got us
Yeah,
reselling was wanting basically I need 6 grand and
to go to Disney.
to go to Disney World.
There you go, guys.
So yeah,
Hey, we have Gorgeous on here. Jessie, she says, I want to go to Disney now.
yeah.
So I've never been. I've never
Bro,
been.
I've gone. So I've gone almost every year of my life since I was
What?
13.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I know most families. It's like the one trip for the family. Like it's like the rite of passage of American family to take your family to Disney World. You save up, you penny pitch. But I grew up as vacation is a rhythm of our household of our family. Like my parents go to vacation. It was to Disney World. It was a week-long trip to the beach. It was legitimately going from Hershey Park to Kings Dominion to Busch Gardens. Like that was our vacation. Like we went and did. So when I got married and my wife saw that was a rhythm of she was like, well, I can get down with that. That's something
Yeah,
I can get
got that
used
right.
to. And when I was a youth pastor, we took the seniors to Disney World instead of going to Beach Week and them getting trashed. We
That's
organized
awesome.
a trip that took all the seniors to Disney World. And so I've gone a whole lot. We are Disney nuts, as you can see. I have Toy Story. We love Disney. So if we were actually going to go and do it, we needed the extra dough to actually make it happen. And so it's still doing that. That's how we are able to go now is through reselling.
That's awesome, man. We have Dustin Bold North Flips. He says, Yo,
What up, D?
yo. How'd you come up with that catchphrase, Dione?
So I say it a lot. I got to show you. I think you saw. I got some merch a friend made me. But
Yes, dude, I gotta get one of those t-shirts, man.
yeah, we
love
got to
it.
make some. I'll go grab them before we get off. Or I text my son to bring them to me. But I say it's something I say all the time. Like if I saw you out, Ray, I was like, yo, what's up, Ray? Like it's just something. And early TikTok, where there's like create a brand and create a catchphrase, create something that when somebody sees you, they know that you're the person that does that. And so yo just is how I normally greet everybody. But I just say it more in normal conversation. So I'm like, what up, Ray? Yo, what up, Ray? You would not think much of it. You're like, oh, he's just saying hi. But then it got elongated and somebody made mention of it. Like, you say yo a lot. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to just
it's catching on.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to use it. And so, yeah, that's how that started. And when I didn't do it one time, one video, I got comments. You didn't say it. And so I started saying it. It's kind of like, oh man, his name escapes my mind now that he says, oh man, this is so and so, and I'm a part-time reseller sharing what I know as I go. Let's go. I can't remember his name now. The bald guy.
I can't remember.
Well, he has a saying, and then Chuck has a saying.
Yeah.
And you have a saying. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Baby. Yeah.
And then you got and then you have Jeremy, who's like, whatever he says, it's like 99.99. Like
yeah. I love it. I love it.
But yeah, yo is just part of my normal greeting.
Adam. It's Adam.
Adam. Yes. It's Adam. I'm a part-time
Adam.
reseller.
There you go. Adam. Everyone. Adam. We need to have Adam on. Adam would be great.
Adam would be a great guy to have on.
Yeah. We need to have Adam on.
Sure.
So, all right. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this.
Yeah, man.
Dione. Let's do everyone's favorite segment on the show, overrated, underrated, when we ask our guests 10 different subjects. You let us know if it's overrated, underrated, 5 being reselling related, 5 not being reselling related. What's that?
Adam is the Marvin Picker.
Oh, Adam. Okay.
Adam, you got to
nice. There you go. Let's go, Adam. Let's go.
Man, that's a huge
fail. Go, Adam. Adam, we need to have you on the pod, man. We would love to have you on. So I'll get with you for sure. So, all right. But Dione, Dione, I know before we do this, we want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the podcast, poppingofftoys.com. I know you love Funko Pops.
I do.
Everyone loves Funko Pops. You know, if you want to purchase some Funko Pops, this is a this is a local business here in Nashville, poppingofftoys.com. We do have a discount code with you with them. I can't talk right now. I'm all tongue tied. But use the code Nashville Flippers and you can get 10% off your entire order at poppingofftoys.com. They just dropped some new Pokemon Funkos. They got some nice stuff on here, guys. So they just dropped some new NASCAR Funkos in time for the Daytona 500. You know, the Funko sodas are really hot right now. You know about these Funko sodas, Dione?
I've seen them. I haven't really picked up on them
Check
yet.
this one out. So the Chase version of Goofy, I guess it's just a different outfit, but you know, it's like a soda can. You open them up. Good, you know, of course, you can have a chance of having a Chase version of in there. But again, guys, check it out. Poppingofftoys.com. Use the code Nashville Flippers. You'll get 10% off.
Nice.
So,
I'm looking for two Funkos, so we'll see if they have it.
which ones are you looking for?
I'm looking for Marty McFly with the hoverboard.
Okay.
And I'm looking for the Pizza Planet truck.
Oh yeah, that was the Pizza Planet truck. I think was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or a Hot Topic exclusive, I believe. Hot Topic.
And then Marty McFly, there was a Walmart exclusive.
Okay.
So those are two I'm looking for at a reasonable price. That's the key too.
Yeah.
That's the key.
I just saw this. I'm a big Chris Stapleton fan. I don't know if anybody else is, but this one's pretty dope. When you get Chris Stapleton's got his own Funko Pop, I think that's pretty dope.
That is cool.
But yeah. So all right. So let's get to it, guys. Overrated, underrated. Number 1, Dione, Second Avenue Thrift. I don't have a Second Avenue Thrift. Could you tell us a little bit about it? I know this is something, a thrift store that you go to on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I believe their claim to fame is the toy bags, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. All right. So I'll tell you about it. I'm going to see if it's underrated or overrated. So Second Avenue Thrift is a small chain. Their claim of fame in our area is they are the largest thrift store. So the one that I go to is a old Kmart that is a thrift store. Like,
whoa,
it's huge. I would say 3/4 of it is a thrift store. The other quarter of it they use for like intake and doing their inventory. So it is massive. It's a huge thrift store, and they're taking over. And I think they're well managed. It's clean. It's bright. It doesn't smell like some thrift stores smell. Like, it doesn't smell old and static or stagnant. And their pricing is pretty good. Like, they're not like Hoodwill, where you're like, what in the world?
Baby.
Yeah, Hoodwill, baby. No, they price pretty well. Even to the point where you're like, man, that's right at the point where I don't want to pay for that, but it's still a good deal. And so you still buy it, kind of deal. Some things they overprice for. And they have a lot of grab bags. Yes, they have grab bags. And they have an awesome counter where they put things behind the counter. So yeah, Second Avenue is my place to go. And is it overrated or underrated? It is underrated. It is not overrated. A lot of resellers go there, and the best thing about it is that I feel like a lot of resellers, we all aren't looking for the same thing. I used to bother me like, oh, there's a reseller. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. But 9 times out of 10, we're all not looking for the same thing, because we all kind of have our niche, or the thing that we know a lot about. There's some things that we're all looking for NCAA 2014 football. Like, we're all looking for that. We're all looking for Harley Davidson. We're all looking for certain Disney items. So that's, they beat you to the punch. But I look for Hot Wheels, and I can spot some vintage Hot Wheels while others just look at the bag and put it back. I'm like, thank you. I know exactly what I'm looking for. So it's underrated because there's a lot of resellers that go there. There's a lot of people who go there just because it's good deals on clothes. So it's underrated for sure. If we come to Maryland, I gotta take you to the Second Avenue.
Yes, I might have to go just to go through those toy bags for sure.
Yeah, come on, man.
So, all right, you were talking about this is funny you brought this up. You're talking about, thrift stores smelling bad. My friend Mess Hall Diggs, this is the second time I brought him up, but he lives in Clarksville. He actually generated a candle that smells like the thrift store that he sells. So he has an Etsy shop. If you guys want to buy a
That's
candle that
hilarious.
smells like the thrift store, Mess Hall Diggs has got you right.
That's
So
hilarious. I'd rather keep that smell out my nose.
exactly, yeah. So we have Alan. Good to see you, Alan. I'm glad that you can jump on. And we
Yeah.
have the numismatic is watching. Good to see you. I hope I said that correctly. But all right. So let's move on. Overrated, underrated. Number 2, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Wow. Man, is he underrated or overrated? So he's a favorite of mine. So, I would say to this generation, to like today, they would say overrated. But to me
Okay.
personally, I think I'll still Gary V. He's properly rated.
We gotta pick. I'm putting it.
We
I'm
can't
putting
use the
this.
properly
You gotta
rated.
pick one or the other.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say underrated.
Underrated.
I would say underrated. I think as like my kids know him as Forrest Gump and the voice of Woody, but they don't know
Yes.
him beyond like the other projects he's did earlier in his career, and so I don't think he's slept on though. I think people recognize the name, but I don't think he's overrated where he's like played out.
What is your favorite Tom Hanks movie?
I will take all the Toy Stories out because that wouldn't be fair. My favorite is Forrest Gump.
Oh,
Like he
yeah.
killed it. My second, a close one is Big. Like that's the one like really got me into Tom Hanks. Um, but but Forrest Gump's good. Right close is Big, and the Money Pit. Like that one's hilarious with him early on. I loved Splash. Um, and then the Indian, the man with one red
Splash.
shoe.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like Tom Hanks a lot. I like him a lot. But yeah,
That might
Forrest
be
Gump.
that was my first ever movie I've seen with Tom Hanks.
Splash.
Splash. I remember renting it at the library.
Wow. No, I think my first one. It may have been Splash, but I think it was the man with one red shoe.
Yes.
I think, but I'm not
What's
sure.
the one with the dog?
A Turner Hooch.
Turner Hooch?
Yeah.
See? Swampfinger says he's overrated, so
No, I don't think so.
he says I remember him in Bosom Buddies. I wonder Bosom Buddies?
I don't know that one.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. And Castaway. Castaway's a classic.
Castaway's good. Wilson knocks his tooth out with the skate. You know,
What's the newest Saving Private Ryan? I mean, he's got some bangers.
he does.
What's the newest one that he just, the Apple TV?
I haven't watched that one.
Me neither. I wonder if it's any good.
We watched the one Saving Mr. Banks. No, is that he's in that one? No, he's in the Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins.
Okay. What's he play there? The Dick Van Dyke character?
No, he plays Walt Disney.
Oh,
I think it is
right.
Saving Mr.
Okay.
I think it is Saving Mr. Banks, and he's Walt Disney.
Okay.
In that. No, I like Tom Hanks. I don't think he's overrated. I think he's properly rated. Underrated though. If I had to pick one.
I'm just curious.
Pull up the list.
Pulling it up, man. Let's take a look at the list. Y'all let me know what's your favorite Tom Hanks movie. Let's look at the list here. We got some bangers. That thing you do.
Oh, Inferno. That's a great one.
Which one? Inferno.
You haven't seen Inferno?
Is that the what's the book series?
Da
Vinci Code.
Da Vinci
Is that
Code
part of that?
It's similar to that. It's off the same character.
The Lady Killers. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen The Lady Killers.
That's a good one. He played Mr. Rogers.
Mr.
That's
Rogers,
right.
Exactly. That's a good one too.
He had some stinky ones though. There was one that he recently had with Halle Berry.
He's in Catch Me If You Can.
Yep.
That was a good
Oh
one.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
See, The Road, Sully. You seen that one?
Sully, yeah, but that one didn't do it for me.
What's the one with the boat?
The boat.
You
mean Jenny
it's my,
in Forrest
I'm the
Gump?
captain now. What's that one?
Captain, not Phil. Captain. Oh, somebody will know.
Polar Express.
Okay. Polar Express. My kids love that.
So yeah, Tom Hanks, he's got some bangers.
He's good.
Dude, do you know that Tom Hanks' son is like a rapper?
I like a real good rapper, like a legit rapper.
He's a terrible rapper. Think about it. He's Tom Hanks' son.
He's a terrible rapper.
I can't remember what his name. Tom Hanks. We're getting into a real rabbit hole here, guys. Bear with us. This is a reselling. His name is Chet Hanks.
Chet.
Yes, CHET. Look at this. This guy is a.
Every time I think of Chet, I hear the word Chet. I think of gosh, I just lost his name. Tom Green. Remember Tom Green? He had those skits.
Oh yeah.
And he had a skit about Chet.
See, that's Tom Hanks' son. He's jacked. He's a rapper.
Did he do Prison Time? My gosh.
He might have.
He might have.
So there you go, guys. That's Tom Hanks' baby boy.
He got the all-seeing eye right in the middle of his chest. Illuminati.
Yeah, man. He's you know.
All right.
He's son of probably one of the biggest superstars and movie stars in the world. So
he's like, I'm definitely going left. Dad went right. I'm going left.
Yeah. So we have Danny May. Good to see you, Danny. Glad that you can join us. All right. And Greyhound, was that a movie?
I don't know.
Hey, Chet Hanks might have worked at the Greyhound. You never know.
He might bet on Greyhound horse races, dog races.
There you go. So let's move on. Overrated, underrated. Number 3, Facebook Marketplace.
I think it's overrated. It used to be underrated. That's how I'm gonna say it. Like it used to be, at least for me, it used to be underrated. It was good. Now, man, I get on there and I don't know how some of you guys resellers that are on here or those who are listening who find like they actually source through it. It's like people don't get back to you, and then they're like, I have people who I sold stuff for, like I said I sold it for $40, and then they show up to my house with $30, and they're like, all I have is $30. I'm like, get out of here. There's scams. There's a lot of like local markets they're not markets, they're companies who say they're local, so they get in the local market area, but then you actually click on it and it's not what it used to be. I think it's harder to govern what's on Facebook Marketplace compared to like Facebook compared to eBay or Mercari. Yeah. So I think it's crossed over to the overrated for the most part.
Would you say that Facebook is the new Craigslist?
Yes. I think there's so much more you have to like weigh through. Like the fact that you have to go from like you can go from like marketplace to local to shipping, and even go like it's just so much sifting through. Like Craigslist, It's got that Craigslist vibe, at least for me. My wife, she's feel that way too, because she'll sell some things on Facebook Marketplace, and it's just a large runaround a lot of time, or they don't get back to you, or they're like best offer. So yeah, I'm not a big fan like I used to be. I used to be all over though.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that one. I know people have had great success with selling, shipping on Marketplace. Let us know, the people in the chat, what's your experience with Facebook Marketplace? I'm not a big fan of the algorithm with Facebook Marketplace. It's like, okay, I'm done looking for this item. Quit showing it to me. I'm trying to look for this now.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not. It was better when it was the Wild Wild West, but they probably wasn't as good for a lot of people. But I did better like 2 years ago.
Yeah, Okay, nice. Swamp Picker says that Greyhound was shot in Baton Rouge. That's where Swamp Picker is from. I need to watch this movie. Apparently, Greyhound was a World War II boat movie. Interesting.
Mm.
And then Danny was saying that Greyhound is an awesome vodka drink. Let me know what's in that drink. I'm curious. I'm not a big vodka drinker. I'm more of a tequila drinker myself, but I'm curious to see what's in that drink. So let's move on. This is a good one.
Okay.
Overrated, underrated. The Washington Commanders name.
It shouldn't be rated at all. It's a should not. I mean, I'm wearing the hat because that's what it is. What it
Support the
is.
home team, man.
It is what it is. I got to support the team. It's definitely overrated. Most people are not excited about the team name. It's not what most people were hoping for and was wishing for, but it is what it is now. And so I'm one who doesn't cry over spilled milk. I just say, well, that's what it is, and that's what it is. I gotta embrace it. But it's definitely overrated.
Okay. What's the overall consensus of the locals there in DC? You know, like what's going was there a different name? What were the choices?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit.
It was so the name that a lot of people were hoping for were the Washington Wolves or Red Wolves.
Yeah.
And
that's a dope name. The Wolves, man.
Wolfpack. You got a howling in the stadium. You got the face paint that could have been there.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of fans wanted. Or the Red Tails, which gave tribute to Tuskegee Airmen who were and still gets tribute to the military because Washington's huge on the military for a lot of obvious reasons. So it gives a nod to the military. It gives a nod to Washington, D.C. and the surrounding areas being a high African-American population. Not that that should be anything, but people were behind that. Some reasons why they were behind it. So because that's what the hope was. The reason a lot of those names didn't happen is because a lot of people went up and bought those names and then were holding the team hostage.
That sucks.
And so they needed something that was going to be fully theirs, that they can own and brand. There is a team called the Commanders, I think out west, like a minor league team of some sort. But I don't think there's Washington could buy them out, and it's more business to business than some guy in his apartment who's like, I want $1 billion. It's just something that they feel like control, something that they could use to leverage the military. And Dan Snyder is definitely about that dollar. And it's not a horrible name. It's like a neutral name. It doesn't move you. It doesn't move me. My kids, they're kind of like, okay, whatever. But their kids will know no different. They'll just be the Washington Commanders, and they'll be like, that's like the Wizards. Most people feel like there's another name we botched. We went from the Bullets to the Wizards, and now we go from
Bullets is sick.
Bullets were sick, but at the time, DC was
it's understandable.
So they wanted to get away from gun violence. But so yeah, it's just another womp womp kind of deal.
You'll get them
unless they win. If they win the Super Bowl in the next 3 to 5 years, then it will be the best decision ever.
Yeah, you're right. There you go.
I
don't. I'm our high school. Our mascot was the Commandos. The Commandos. So more of the Army, influence there, and camo. So I can understand the Commanders, but
yeah,
it is what it is. Like you said, Chris saying about Facebook Marketplace. Marketplace was my number 2 platform for months, but it's slowed down for me. It's number 3 or number 4 most months now. Interesting. Okay. It's interesting. And we have Danny says vodka and grapefruit juice. So I'm a big fan of grapefruit juice.
That's a Greyhound.
It's a Greyhound. There you go. Next time you're on Jeopardy, Dione, you can say, what is a Greyhound?
What is a Greyhound?
All right. So next one up, overrated, underrated, thermal printers.
That's funny. For me, they're overrated.
Interesting. Tell us why.
For me, it's overrated because my business is not large enough that I will need a thermal printer. Now, some of you guys, when I see you guys push print, like it's like like it is, they're flowing like that little wheel is spinning, and the labels are getting spit out. For me, I print I sell 2 to 4 items a day, and my wife has a ink subscription with HP because she's a teacher, so she does a lot of printing from home, and so our ink is on subscription base, and I just buy the eBay labels, like the two labels on each side, and I just put it in the tray and
sticky.
hit print. Like, so I could use that $200 to do something else, and it's wireless. I don't right now. So for me, it's overrated. I get teased a lot every time I show a video of me putting on a sticky label. They're like, "Come on, bro, where's the thermal printer?" And so I wanted to win one when you were your sponsorships. I know Ray's over here making huge sponsorship deals.
Listen,
but I didn't win.
We are still doing the giveaway.
You're still doing it? All right, well, it's still hope.
Listen, if you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, we are 20 people, 20 subscribers away from giving away 2 thermal printers courtesy of IDPRT. If you have not already commented on the giveaway video on our YouTube channel, go and comment. That's all you have to do, and subscribe. We're 20 people away. We're going to give away 2 thermal printers to 2 lucky people. This is a good way, Dione, to finally get your thermal printer. So if you haven't already commented on that video, do so. It says giveaway on there. So
I will do it because I don't think I commented. So I will do that.
There you go. That's how you got to win, because I'm going to choose it. I'm going to choose people at random. It's just going to be a random comment picker. So, and I'll let everyone know it's the first video that plays when you go on the YouTube channel.
All right, I'm signing up.
Sign up.
Commenting.
Comment, baby. Get you that thermal printer, man. So, all right. Chris saying overrated. Come on, bro. I'm telling you. Okay. So, does the school pay for that ink subscription, or?
No, we pay, I think it's $10. Maybe it's like $13 a month now.
$13 a month. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the year, you could buy that thermal printer, but you use it for other things, right?
Yes, we use the printer. My kids use it. My wife uses it. So my little, again, I maybe use it 2-4 times a day when I have. Some days I don't sell anything, and it does happen even to seasoned resellers.
It happens, man. It happens to all of us.
Sometimes you have days where nothing sells. So now, if I was doing 8 to 10, then I think I would, because it would just be a hassle to keep going back and forth to the printer over and over and over. But my little system right now, it's working out. So for me right now, it's overrated.
Listen, when you have another, if you have another kid, that Disney Parks bill is just going to go up, and
get out of here.
You're going to have to sell more things to be able to pay for those Disney trips.
Don't wish that on me.
Your thermal printer at that point.
You're wishing evil on me to have another kid.
No, sir. So, Chris saying those IDPRT videos are awesome. That's what he uses. See, those are great. Those printers are fantastic. Let me go unsub and resub, see if that helps everyone. So hopefully, just do your thing. Dione, he says, if I win, I'll gift it to you, life changing. So there you go.
Life changing. I'm all about it.
There you go. So we got that on wax here. So we'll hold Danny accountable for that. So hopefully you got 2 chances there. Get your kid to comment, get your wife, get all the people at the church to comment and be like, hey, I'm here because of Dione. He needs a printer, And
then after the giveaway's over, you can unsubscribe.
No, don't do that. Don't tell him that.
Don't do that.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Keep it subscribed. Keep it gray or whatever it shows.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on. Overrated, underrated, number 6. Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh man, Those are underrated. That's my go-to.
Okay.
That's my go-to Dorito. Um, they're underrated. They like a lot of people don't like them, so I get to eat most of them myself because they tend to give you a little bit more of a tart breath than like the
Mm.
nacho one. You know, you really gotta clean the palate afterwards. So a lot of people are like, oh man, I got a meeting, or I can't, like, no, I can't have any right now. And they're flavorful. They're nice to look at. They got blue flakes and red flakes and yellow flakes on them.
It's like confetti, baby.
Yeah, it's got it's good. So they're underrated. I think Cool Ranch flavoring is underrated.
Do I don't understand why they don't sell that seasoning in general. You know, like
Exactly.
put it on some chicken, put it on some pork, you're good to go. You know, get
Exactly.
that get that flavoring on there. All
Underrated
right,
for sure.
underrated. Let me know, guys, in the chat. Cool Ranch Doritos, overrated, underrated. Let me know. I'm curious. Oh, Alan says
Alan says
overrated.
overrated. I think he thinks they're
Oh,
gross.
snap.
He's like,
Snap.
just miss me with the Cool Ranch.
Ooh, okay. Have you had the fiery Cool Ranch?
I haven't. I'm not a fiery person. I don't like
Me
spicy
neither.
food. My kids like spicy food, so my son tries everything spicy he hasn't tried. So he's probably tried it, but I don't
Okay.
do spicy. It does not agree with me. It just makes me feel miserable.
Yeah, I mean, I like spicy food. I just my body, anything that's made in a lab to meant to be spicy, my body's like, no. Oh, dude. Hey, Jeremy just dropped some
Yeah,
fire.
sweet chili is
Sweet
good.
chili, though.
That is good. That purple bag, it does call your name sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, let's move on. Yard sales, overrated, underrated.
Yard sales are way underrated. Way. Now,
Way.
the hard thing about yard sales is that the yard sales is a grind. Like,
It
you
is a
got to
grind.
be on it if you're going to find the deals. Well, sometimes you can come to the late yard sales and you can get like a lot of stuff cheap, but they're like yard sales is the diamond in the rough. Yard sales is the place where you can really score big because everything's priced to move. And if you go to yard sales that's overpriced, you just leave. At least I do. I just like, this is not a
Oh,
yard
for
sale for
sure.
me. Um, so yard sales are underrated to get those gems, to get those like they don't know what they have kind of deal. More thrift stores and Goodwills and such, they're getting hip to what they actually have. So they're upping the value or the resale that they're putting it on. Most yard sale people don't. Now you have a few people who are like, oh, well, it says here on eBay. You're like, well,
Yeah.
this is not the right yard sales, and I'll hip you to that. That's you can ask for any money for any item you want on eBay. It doesn't mean it's going to sell for that or that's the true value. But yard sales are way underrated, and I wish I lived in an area like Chris at Peak and others who live in warm climates where yard sales are year round. Not so here. You have yard
Crazy.
sale
Florida,
season.
man.
Yeah,
Something about Florida. It's like
all year.
I see all the resellers from Florida, they all kill it.
Yeah,
It's like people in Florida just like get rid of their stuff like super quick or something. I don't understand it.
I don't even out in California. I see what's the Mexican picker. I don't know if you
Yeah, Julio.
Julio. Yeah, he's
He
yard sale
lives
all
in
the time.
he lives in Oklahoma. He lives in Tulsa.
Is this in Tulsa? Well, they have yard sales all the time too. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's a way of life out there, but over here on the East Coast, they shut it down come like late September. It's over. It's a wrap.
Jeremy is crazy. He says Florida is the land of freedom.
It's the real America.
This is a real south of the Mexican-Dixon line. It gets a little crazy.
Oh, that's
So,
funny.
all right. Let's see. Danny May says, true. In Portland, they give furniture away for free, but the sales can be expensive. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's location and luck. Got that right. Got
True.
that right. Says, I don't go to garage sales in the summer. Too dang hot.
Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy.
I know, right?
So nice that you can say, I just choose when not to go to yard sales, where we got to do it. You got to strike on the irons hot around here. He's like,
right.
all you other resellers go out when it's hot out. I just do it when it's comfortable. Must be nice.
That's crazy. We're saying same on the West Coast. We have yard sale. We have yard sale season. Okay.
Well, it must be a Florida thing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So next one up, overrated, underrated. This is a good one. I really want your opinion on this one.
All right.
And everyone in the chat. This could be controversial.
Okay.
Steve Harvey, overrated, underrated.
Steve Harvey.
See how I built that up, guys? See how I built that
Wow.
up?
Is he
That
overrated?
man, he might have like, I don't think he says no to any job. I've seen him on, I think I saw him like he's on a judge show now.
Yeah, he's a judge now. It's like Judge Judy. Um, man, I would say for our bracket, I would say he's now overrated. Like my parents, my mom loves Steve Harvey. Like she
It's
loves
crazy.
Steve Harvey. She's like listens to him. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's kind of getting everywhere. But I do love him. Like I do enjoy him. I enjoy him a lot. But he's crossed over to the overrated side, just
To overrated.
because there's so much
He
of
went
him
to the
now.
dark side.
There's just a lot of him. It's kind of like those
The
the
Rock.
people you're seeing like the Rock. The Rock's not overrated, but he's getting
He's getting
oversaturated.
there.
He's getting oversaturated. Kevin Hart. It's a lot of saturation. He's over there.
Okay. All right.
But
We're
I
getting
enjoy him a lot.
saturated. Okay.
Yeah.
Rural Squirrel, just jump on. Good to see a Rural Squirrel. I think Steve Harvey is a Rural Squirrel is a big Steve Harvey fan. I think I've heard that somewhere.
I enjoy
Maybe.
Steve a lot. I think he's hilarious. I think he's funny.
He is
But
hilarious.
there's a lot of
That
Steve going
mustache.
on.
You think that mustache is real?
Yeah. It's like my yo. It's the calling card now.
Do you think he
had
feeds them? What kind of
he feeds
healthcare
it.
regimen you think he's got on that mustache?
He definitely has like only one person can trim it. Like there's like he doesn't allow anybody to touch or trim his mustache.
You think he travels with that person? You know, like his personal
think
barber,
so.
the mustache barber?
I think there's a special brush for the mustache, and it's the same brush, and he definitely colors it. So he's definitely lying. Do you think dyeing your hair is lying? I think it's lying.
What's that weird? You know how people do the beard, and then it's like the barber puts like this weird, like spray to fill in. What is that?
Yeah, the
called?
filler, the beard filler.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know, man. People just trying to fake the funk. Like if you don't got it, you ain't got it.
Yeah,
Rock what you got.
yeah.
Uh,
Chris is saying you laugh, but try standing in someone's driveway in July in Florida. Hey, Tennessee gets hot. I'm not gonna lie.
It gets hot here
Nashville is
too, man.
humid.
I mean, Florida does like have that different level of hot. It does have that like hit you in the face hot, like, but it's hot. It gets hot everywhere else too. We just can't be as choosy. That's what it means. Like we just got to deal with it.
Okay. Jeremy's saying that The Rock looked like cartoon character at the Super Bowl. You know, we were watching, my wife and I were watching, and I kept, this is gonna sound weird, but his pants fit weird. Did anybody else not notice that? Like they were way too big, right?
I didn't take that close a look at his trousers.
He might have been wearing Steve Harvey's pants.
I did not look. I just know that he had like the same color as Michelle Obama did when they left office. I was like, yo, I've seen that color before. I was
The
like,
maroon.
oh yeah, Michelle Obama rocked that same color purple.
It might be a conspiracy theory. That might be it. So don't you dare speak ill of Steve Harvey. Hey, Steve Harvey fan. Just go where the money is. Sometimes love him and family. He kills it on Family Feud.
He has the funniest on there.
Some of those people on there, it's like, well, dude, what do you?
I tried out for Family Feud. Our family made the cut, but we did not get flown out. Yeah.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. This is taking a weird turn. How do you audition to Family Feud? What is that process?
They come to your city, they come to your town, they're doing like they tour different parts of the city of America, and you have to register online. So they say they were coming to Baltimore. We're coming to the Baltimore area, register. So you have to register. You register, they give you a time that you and your family are supposed to come. So you have to have 6 people. So you have 5, and then you have to have an alternate. You have 6 people, and you come in, and there's just a room full of people, and you're all walking in line, and then you go meet with a producer, some sort level of producer, who is basically asking you and your family questions. So like, who are you? Like, how old are you? And who's related to you? And what's the makeup? And tell us a funny moment. Like they're just trying to see your spontaneity on the moment kind of deal, and your chemistry as a family. And then they will, you go to the next room and they will either tell you, thank you for coming. There's some refreshments. Here's some stuff. We'll contact you if we want you to continue on. And those families that do move on, they'll get moved to another room. They say, okay, we're going to put you in a makeshift, like Family Feud. And so they'll put you in another room, and then another family will come in, and you guys will kind of mingle and talk, and then they move all you into a bigger room. And you're sitting there, and you're watching all these families do one round of Family Feud. And so they do that, and then if they win, lose, they say thank you, and then they'll say, okay, we'll let you know if you're going to actually get a call to come back. Be ready. This is the time frame we're thinking about shooting it. Da 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 da. So we did that, and it was fun. We made fun of my dad. He made some horrible guess. We're like, can we have anybody else family want to join our family, because this guy was horrible. And so we got the actual invite to film, and they were like, stand by, and then we just never got flown out to actually record. And then the pandemic hit, and then that was it. But it was a fun time. It was a fun experience.
That's awesome. I would love to be on. Everyone says, hey, I would love to be on Family Feud. Family Feud, and The Price is Right, I think, would be my favorite shows.
Ray, you would do great at Price is Right.
We all would do great on Price is Right.
We would do great. I usually win.
Yeah, we all would do great. So let's move on. Number 9, overrated, underrated, Value Village.
Value Village. Oh man,
I don't have a Value Village.
Okay.
In Tennessee.
Okay. What's the name of the thrift stores that you get your grab bags from? Because I see you get them sometimes.
Goodwill.
Oh, Goodwill. Okay. Value Village. I'm gonna say overrated because their prices they're high sometimes. Man. They're grasping. Okay. They're not as bad as Goodwill at times, but there's some things they price that you're like, what are you thinking? What? And in Value Village, they're not as clean as Second Avenue. Just put the standard. It's just up there when it comes to thrift store. But the thing that makes me not want to say it's overrated is because there's more of them. There's more Value Villages that I can go to, and they have the reward system, like the scanning and the points, and so they have that kind of thing. But sometimes their prices are like, are y'all like talking to Goodwill about their prices, and y'all are agreeing y'all gonna price the stuff the same? Because it gets a little ridiculous. So I'm gonna say overrated just based upon some of the pricing. Is
the prices. Okay, high. Interesting. Have you found anything worth telling mama about at the Value Village?
No, my mom would not. I don't know if you actually mean my actual mom. My mom.
No, it's like a country saying.
Oh, okay.
Nothing to tell mom about.
Oh, you got hit.
Does anybody else say that, or is that like?
No, I thought you were actually talking about my real mom.
Okay, too country.
My mom would not go to Value Village. That's not her speed. She'll go to Second Avenue, but not Value Village.
Okay.
But no, Value Village. They're okay. I'm not like, if I had to rank them, like, they're better than Goodwill, but they're not better than Second Avenue.
Okay, perfect.
In my opinion.
So they're number 2.
They're number 2.
Okay.
And we don't have Salvation Armies in my area. So
okay. Nice. Danny was saying Wheel of Fortune would be my dream. That's the one with the letters, right?
Yes, that is.
What is that game that everyone's playing with the
Wordle?
Letters?
You're not playing Wordle?
No.
Oh,
I know Squirtle. I don't know about a Wordle.
Let's go, Pikachu. No, Wordle, man, it's a free game. Actually,
it's like a word a day, though, right?
A word a day, and the New York Times just bought the game. So because it's caught on so much speed around the world. I got a buddy who's a missionary in Uganda that plays it. I mean, come on, if he's playing it.
I'm not a very good speller. English is my second language. I didn't do too good in school and spelling, math.
Well, this is why you should do it. This is why. So it's really easy. It's a 5-letter word. You get 6 chances to get that word correct. If you don't, you fail, and you have to try again tomorrow. Like, it's. Right. But the pressure gets on when you get to your 5th. Like, if you get it wrong on your 5th time, then you're like, I only have 1 chance to get this right, and then 10 other people have already got it right. So you feel like I'm a moron if I can't get
Oh,
this
yeah,
5-minute word.
definitely. I don't like that.
You don't like that? I like that kind
I
of
don't like
pressure.
that. I don't like that stress in my life.
Yeah.
So,
But it's free
let
though.
me
It's a
know if
free game.
anybody's played Wordle.
I love
Besides,
Wordle. I play it right before bed every night.
okay,
Right before my
nice
prayers. It's Wordle. Wordle then some
Wordle.
prayers.
Let's go. We have Jason Messall Diggs who just jumped on. Jason, we were just talking about your thrift store candle. If you want a candle that smells just like the Goodwill, check out Messall's Diggs candle. He just put out a popcorn too.
A popcorn.
He's
Oh,
doing
nice.
like a mix, like a popcorn
Flavor.
mix.
I
Yeah.
want those. I'm trying to. I think I'm going to try one of those man scents. I always tell my wife, like, how come we don't have like a manly, like it's always like sawdust or leather. Like, why can't it just be like some like cool water cologne smelling or like some kind of more manly scent?
I have a cologne that smells like the beach.
Okay.
My wife loves it.
There you
know,
go. So you wear it for her.
it.
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. And I like to smell good,
Yeah.
I think our stream is actually scratch and sniff. So if you go on to Dion's face and scratch it a little bit, you can smell his aftershave.
You can
there.
smell a little Bully
So,
Maryland over here.
There you go. All right. So last one, Dione, overrated, underrated, Jeep Wranglers.
That is so random. Jeep Wranglers.
These are all random, man. They're all random.
But some of them were like pertaining towards me. Jeep Wranglers. I have no idea. Is a Jeep Wrangler overrated? I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
The only reason why, because I see a lot of people who are like Jeepers who aren't Jeepers. And they're always Jeeping out their Jeeps, but they don't go mudding, or at least in our area. It's like the show trucks, like the guys who get the big jack their trucks up, but they don't do any truck stuff. I find that happens a lot with the Jeep Wranglers, at least in my area, where they just want to look cool, but they don't live that Jeep life.
They ain't about that Jeep life.
They're not about that Jeep life. They have the bumper sticker, but they don't want to get even a piece of dirt on their Jeep. And so I would say overrated because they're just not doing what the Jeep could do, in my opinion.
Okay. Nice.
There you go.
Nice. There you go. There you
Hope
go.
I didn't make anybody
Jeremy
mad.
says you smell like success, Dione.
I smell like cha-ching.
Success. Like cha-ching, baby. Chris saying, is the cologne high tide or low tide? Definitely like more like like in a pond that hasn't been like rained on or just like moving and stale and stagnant. That's what the cologne smells like. There might be some moss growing in there,
like some infected water.
Exactly. So so Dione, thank you so much for playing overrated, underrated. I know that we're already at an hour. Are you okay to keep going? Or
I'm good, man.
Okay.
It's a holiday tomorrow.
Perfect,
I'm good.
Man. I appreciate your time, man. And I know that we're having fun here. Fun here. But guys, the best way to support the Nashville Flippers, if you want to come over and support your boys, go over to our merch store. It's linked down in the description below. We got some great stuff on here. We have some t-shirts, we have some hoodies, some mugs, some cell phone cases, and we have a new t-shirt dropping early March. The concept is really cool. Stay tuned for that on our social media. Probably going to be pulling out some teasers here in a little bit. So stay tuned for that. You guys will be pleasantly surprised with our new t-shirt / hoodie releasing. So thank you for that. If you guys want to support, go over to our merch store and buy some merch and tag us and show us what you got. So Danny says either my scratcher or my sniffer isn't working. Can't smell anything. Well, you gotta keep scratching.
You gotta troubleshoot it. There
you go. All right. So Dione, this is our favorite segment on the show. It's called Skip or Flip. We're going to show you 3 different items. You let us know if you would find them at the 2nd Avenue, at the Value Village, at the Goodwill. If you find these items, are you going to be skipping or flipping?
Right.
And everyone in the chat, if you want to, play along, do so. So we're only going to show you the pictures, okay? And then at the end of the pictures, We're gonna show you the sold comps.
All
You
right.
ready?
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's do it. First one up, we have here a toy car. It is a
toy car.
blue. I guess it's a what'd you call that? A teal
Yeah.
toy car. Hot Wheels, 1969, made by Mattel. It looks like a Volkswagen bus,
Bomb.
beach bomb. It looks like it's a little bit translucent on the top.
Yeah.
I know you have some experience with Hot Wheels, so
Yeah.
let us know, what are you doing here, Dione? Are you skipping or flipping? Let us know, guys, in the chat what you're going to be doing here. Chris saying 0 chance I don't beat Dione. So let's see here. So how much? This is a great question. So just basic Goodwill price. Let's say we find this little toy car in a grab bag at the most $5.99. So what are you thinking here? What are you thinking here? Everyone's saying
we are flipping it. That is a red line Hot Wheel from 1969. It is the first time that Hot Wheels started making collector lines in their Hot Wheel edition. You have both surfboards, you have the badge with it. You definitely aren't finding this at the thrift store with the boards in it and the badge. And even if it is a repop, because those are there too, it's still worth money. And that is in mint condition, red line Hot Wheel. I mean, there's a little scuff on one of the tires there, and see it right there, that bottom.
Yeah.
But the guys that collect don't care. You got both surfboards, which is unheard of. So even if it is a repop or somebody actually redid it themselves, we're definitely grabbing that and flipping that bad boy.
Okay. So I know that you have experience with these Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
So you're saying that these surfboards are removable?
There are, yes. So they will slide in and out.
Okay.
I have other Hot Wheels where either the parts. So there's a Hot Wheel that's called the ice truck, where they actually had like a little plastic cube of ice that went in the back of the truck. I didn't have the cube, but it's still sold for decent money. So yeah, those little items make that truck or car more.
So this badge, what's going on with this badge? This came with the Hot Wheel?
So some Hot Wheels that came with the badge, that came with the box per se.
Okay.
All of them did not come with the badge. So if you still had the badge that came with the box, you got something rare there, because you have all the elements right there. You got the badge, you got the boards, and the paint's not chipped. You got something.
So what do you think something like this sells for?
See, I don't. So here's the thing about Redline Hot Wheels, for those who don't know. Each color tells you how rare it is. So
interesting.
You would need to know what color is the common color, and then what colors were more rare. Normally, pink and purple are your more rare colors. When they did the Redline Hot Wheels series, your more basic colors would be your blacks. I'm not sure with teal. So teal could be a rare color, or it could be a basic color. Not sure, but that, for me, off the top of my head, at least $150 to $250.
Okay, so the consensus, everyone's saying flip. So let's see what it's sold for.
Yeah,
and let me know in the chat how much you guys think this sucker sold for. So Volkswagen bus Hot Wheel 1969 red line. And those are rubber tires, correct?
They're not.
They're not. Red lines aren't.
Now they are. So the repops are, but when they first came out, they're not. There's your standard tire with the red line around it.
Nice. Okay, interesting.
I actually got
a
box.
So
here.
This puppy just sold at bids at an auction.
Yeah,
for $457.
Yeah.
So
but I got
there
that
you
beat.
go, guys.
I got that beat. I sold one more than that.
Really?
Yes, sir. I've sold a 1969 Sweet 16 hot pink mint condition red line Hot Wheel for should I check the guesses? Do you want to guess how much you think? It's more than that. So how much you think I sold it for?
$729.
Ooh, nice guess. I sold it for $536.
Where did you find it?
I found it. A collection was given to me.
Given to you.
So yeah, I had. I'll make a really short story. A guy who collected as a kid saved his collection. He thought his son was going to like pass them on to his kids. His son didn't want them, and then his son only has a granddaughter. His granddaughter didn't want them, and so he reached out to me because he knew my son likes Hot Wheels, but my son doesn't like collecting Hot Wheels. But he's like, hey, I want to give this to somebody who'll do something with them. I don't want them just to waste away, and I don't want to donate them. So he's like, sell them, keep them, whatever. And so he literally gave me a whole collection of Hot Wheels, and I sold some of them. I kept some of them, and some of them I still have. I have, if you can see behind me, I got a box right here. Have Redline Hot Wheels. I got another case right here.
Oh my goodness.
Of Hot Wheels.
Did you give him any money like after you sold them? Did you split it?
I tried to. We were going to go out to dinner, and he's like, no. That's let us just bless you. And I told him it's going to go to our vacation. He's like, man, then put every dollar to your vacation. And so no, he wouldn't let me. This kind of dude he is. He was just happy that those rare ones went on to somebody who actually loved them.
Nice.
So that's how I got
Danny
it.
Danny says, dang, Dione, awesome. So,
yeah, man. I wish I screenshot it. I think it's down in my TikTok, like way deep in there. I shared it early on. But yeah,
nice.
I've got a knack for the red line Hot Wheels now. Something I study.
Nice. Now you know the guy that sells red line, so hit him up.
Every time I post one, I've sold them.
Sunny Las Vegas says, Ray Hermano, my primo, what's going on, Bubba? So, all right. So next one up, guys, skip or flip. Let's see what you're doing here. Dione, can I? Oh, here we go. This referee wrestling figure. He's a little beat up. Looks like he's been in a lot of cage matches, perhaps.
Yeah.
His back is real dirty. It looks like he's losing some of his hair on the top.
Yep.
His shoes are scuffed up. He has all his fingers, which is good. So, what do you think? What are you thinking here?
All right. So, do I know which brand he is? Is he?
No.
No, we don't know. Is he?
It doesn't show you in the picture, so I'm not going to tell you the brand.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to flip it. That's definitely from the early ones, early on, and even that condition. You may not get a lot for him, but how much? Is he in a grab bag too? Is he in like a $5 grab bag, or is he sitting out on the shelf?
Yeah, let's put him in the grab bag because of the condition.
Because of the condition. All right. Then I'm taking it and I'm flipping it.
So what about the condition? Do you think that's gonna, like?
No, someone's gonna buy them. From my previous history dealing with WWE, WWF wrestling figures, WCW wrestling figures, someone's gonna buy it, even at that condition.
Okay.
So I'm flipping it.
A lot of people are saying they're flipping it. So let's see what we got here. All right, guys. So this is a rare 1987 LJN WWF Titan Sports white shirt referee figure sold at auction for $81 in that condition.
Yes. I was wondering if it was an LJN.
LJN?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, not all LJNs are worth a lot of money. Some of them are worth more than others, of course. So just be aware of that. LJN. I'm just curious. We'll just see some couple sold comps.
Yeah.
So we can kind of, see how good that referee actually was. LJN, those are the first WWF toys. We have Mean Gene sold for $29. We have some card backs. So if you guys see those or posters, those are worth some money. Here's another referee. This one's crispy, $84.
Look at the British Bulldogs, $125.
Look at this. Ultimate Warrior, $285.
Yeah.
So you got, your regulars, Macho Man, Jimmy Snuka, Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan, $27, $23.
Yeah.
Of course, if you find it in a grab bag, they're great flips, but I wouldn't pay any more than, I don't know, for 30 something bucks for them. So the condition of that referee was very rare that it sold for that much. So um that's a good call there,
Yes, sir.
Dione. That's a good call. All right, let's move on to the next one here. Skip or flip. Let me know what you guys are doing. This is an interesting one. And I know I'm giving you stuff that you might already know about.
I got
I
you.
don't know if you noticed that or not.
Yeah, that's
So,
all right.
what do you think? What are we
Oh,
doing here? Are we skipping or flipping? We have
and
here
I'm just going off the pictures. I don't have any other information.
no other information.
All right.
Um, this looks like Captain America shield. Looks like it's some sort of might be like a gun.
Nerf. Yep.
It's got some places where you can put maybe some Nerf bullets in there.
Yep.
So what are you thinking here, Dione?
Do I have
What
a
are you
price
thinking?
for what is it sitting on the shelf at when I walk past?
Let's do it. Let's do this is priced a little high. Let's do $9.99.
Oh man. That was $9.99. I'm not. I have horrible cell reception. I can't look at the comps on it. I'm frustrated. I got to make the decision right now, based upon previous experience. At $9.99, my tendency is going to leave it because I've sold similar ones. This one has an embroidered star. So this is from a later Marvel's movie. This is not from the earlier ones because it didn't look like that. So at $9.99, I'm going to leave it, but I'm going to be contemplating if I should have actually picked it up. But my tendency at $9.99, I'm gonna leave it.
Okay, nice. Everyone's saying skip. Now let me ask you this: what would be the comfortable price that you'd be willing to pay for this?
The maximum comfortable price where I'm going to like put it down, pick it back up, put it down, pick it back up, and then finally take it will be $4.99. Because if you've seen my earlier videos, I just want to double my money. I just want to get my money back. And so I don't think I'm going to sell that for $22 to actually make, after all the sales and all that, make my money back with calculated shipping. So my max would have been $4.99.
Danny's saying definitely looks enticing. So
it does.
Chris saying $2. So let's see what it's sold for here. Captain America Hasbro Nerf Blaster.
Called it. $20.
$21.99.
Called it. Yeah. Now I would have left it at $9.99.
You would have left
it. It probably would have sat for a while.
Here's a better image here.
There would need to be like another Marvel movie. Like I wish I could go through I have one somewhere that it's just still sitting here. So
I don't know what's going on with these pictures. There you go. Oh, that's kind of cool. You hit the star.
You hit the star, it lights up. So that's a newer one.
Okay. Chris, this kind of looks like you, man. Were you like a young model?
He knows what's button down shirts and what's a button up shirt. He knows the difference between the two. What's a button down? What's a button up? Do you know the difference between a button down and a button up, Ray?
I didn't know there was a difference.
Oh my gosh, Chris, he doesn't know.
Is this a button down?
There's a difference between a button down shirt and a button up shirt.
Chris, what is the difference?
He's the one who taught me by watching one of his videos. So
what's the difference?
The button down, Chris will correct me, but a button down shirt is a shirt where you can actually button down the collar. You can fasten the collar down. That's a button down shirt. And a button up shirt is a shirt that
the collar's just flipping and flopping.
Exactly.
I hate those. I like a button down.
Button down. So that'll be a button down shirt.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
There you go. Now, hopefully I got it right, but I believe that's
okay. Let us know, Chris. Let us know. All right. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for playing Skip or Flip. I hope that you guys got some great information. We all know that red lines. If you see Hot Wheels, pick them up for sure.
Yes.
LJNs are worth some good money, and
Be
not
careful with the
all Nerf.
marble Nerf. Be careful.
Yeah, so be careful. Be careful. You know, they make a lot of them. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, Dione. So I wanted to touch a base on this and just getting to know you a little better.
Yeah,
You're a man of that does a lot. You
I
have a
do.
family. You know, you're pastoring a church. You're doing this reselling on the side, and and you have time to make TikTok videos. You know, like what's like? How do you, you know, like for me and Dustin not being here, we have families, we work full time, and you also have a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you manage your time? Like, that sounds crazy. And you're on here with us talking to us morons, or excuse me, I'm speaking for myself.
the,
For me, for an hour and a half where you
yeah,
could be, doing something else. So like,
yeah,
how do you manage your time, dude? I know that's really important to a lot of resellers because it's just time. It's life, time management. We all have to work on that. But like for you,
mm-hmm.
tell us a little bit. Like, how do you do it, man?
Yeah. That's a great question. I get asked that a lot. I do wear a lot of different hats, and I don't try to balance it. The best thing I use my wife as a governor. She's the one who really lets me know how things are going. But I think the benefit of having a flexible schedule, I work full time with Fellowship of Christian Athletes, or FCA, where I get to work with coaches and athletes primarily in the public school setting, doing character development, mentoring, being a positive light on the campus. And then those who want to live their Christian faith on and off the field of competition, we provide a platform for them to do that and to be able to not feel like they have to cower back from that side of their life or who they are and what they believe in. And so I get to do that. And that allows me to be flexible. Like I can hit a thrift store at lunchtime because I can go from one school to the next school and I know I'm passing a thrift store and I got 30 minutes and I can pop in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a very routine. I would say this: there's power in your routine, and so you find a routine that works and stick with it. That makes me to be consistent. If you have a good routine that is, if it's good, it works. Be consistent in it. It allows people to rely on me. So my kids know what dad's doing, and my wife knows what I'm doing because my routine. I'm almost like a robot, not in a bad way where I'm like non-emotional, but I I get up oh Jesus dark early in the morning, like early before most people are awake unless they have some kind of job that makes them be up early. And I spend time reading my Bible, I spend time in prayer, I spend time memorizing scripture, and then I go to the gym for an hour, and I'm back home before everybody wakes up. Like when I get home, my son usually is walking out the door to catch the bus, and my wife is just getting up. Uh, and then I have my routine, and so that routine helps me stay balanced. If I didn't have a routine and I was trying to find time, I it'll be hard. So I learned a lesson of don't tell your time what you don't let your time tell you what you can do. You tell your time what you can do. And so I'm just very purposeful in my time allotment. I do have a lot of jobs. I do have a lot of different things going on. And I have non-negotiable time. Like time with my wife is non-negotiable. I have non-negotiable times with my kids. And I just set it that way. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
tend to think about it in the way like, man, you're doing this and that, because then I would be very flustered and frazzled.
Mm-hmm.
I I just don't make a lot of excuses in my life. I just make the time. I tell my time what I'm going to do and not let my time tell me what I'm going to do. And then I make it happen, baby. I just get about that grind and do it. And when I'm tired, I throttle back and I'll be tired. Or I won't go to the gym as early or I'll go lighter. So that's just how I do it. I think at some point it does give. Like if I can spend too much time doing one thing, then something's going to suffer. I have to know what to say no to so I can say yes to something else. The power of no, being able to say no
Mm-hmm.
to stuff and not being sorry about it, unapologetic about it. Um, so I just don't think about it of how much I am doing. I just set my routine and I get about it. And I know if I needed to go to full-time reselling for whatever reason, that I could do it because I'm already a routine habit driven person. And that allows me to fit more in my day. I don't waste a lot of time in my day. I don't like TikTok is not a waste for me. It's a creative outlet and I
Mm-hmm.
engage. So yeah, that's the way I see it and answer it. If I didn't have a routine, Ray, there's no way I would be running around like crazy trying to play catch up all the time. But my routine stables me and my family. They know because of my routine, they can know this is where Dad is, this is where Dione is, and I can then they can govern their life around the routine as I govern my life around their routine.
Nice, nice.
And,
Now, it sounds like you're a very disciplined person since you're
yeah,
following the routines, waking up at the butt crack of dawn before anybody else, before The Rock, he's still sleeping, Dion's up and at him,
yeah,
before, crushing it on his routine and in his discipline. So how does that discipline help you with reselling?
yeah,
Like,
man. So discipline helps me resell. It doesn't help me as much as I would like it to, but it definitely helps me with like knowing what I know and like I can go into a thrift store, know what I'm looking for, and get out. So I'm not like spinning wheel. Now when I have extra time and I want to go, try a different avenue, I'm gonna go over look at the dishes more. I'm gonna go through the collared shirts more because Chris at Pete said there's this brand I'm trying to
button
find.
downs, right? Button downs.
Yeah. But normally it's kept me to be like I'm able to focus. Disciplines help me to be focused more. So when you're more focused, you can do more, or you can do better at the thing that you're doing. You can do more of that better, I would say. And so that's how that is. Like my discipline is moved out of my devotion, like who I believe I am to be because of who God is in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
my devotion of that of like who God is in my life powers my discipline. So if I claim to be that God's in my life and that He's involved in my life, and that devotion of that, like then I should be disciplined in who God is in my life, and I should be disciplined as a husband, and disciplined in body, and disciplined in mind, and disciplined in spirit. And I fail. I'm not as disciplined as I want to be. I don't have the body that I would like to have that is within my control. I don't have the knowledge that I would love to have that's in my control. So there's things that I still want to gain ground in, but I'm not where I would be. I'm not where I would not be where I am without the discipline that has been instilled in me because of the devotion that I have, because of who I believe I am, because of who God is in my life. So that's like the like reverse engineering of it. And so
Mm-hmm.
reselling made it easy because I can say, all right, I package up on Sunday nights and I list 2 to 5 items a day or 6 days out the week, and then I ship again on Wednesday night, and then I ship again on Sunday. Like it's kind of how I do it, and that's I was a firefighter for 5 years, and they're very routine habit, very disciplined habit career, and so that just really sharpened me even more so than I used to be. I wasn't much of a disciplined person when I was in college. I was like being every 20-year
We were
old, like
kids. We were all
yeah,
kids,
just living by
Yeah.
the wind. The wind blew north, I went north. The wind was turning south, I would go south. But now realizing that so many people depend on me, I have to be disciplined. And then I'm a better person when I find that I am. I find myself off when I'm not in my groove of routine, which is good.
That's good. Now I know, Dione, you know, leading a church, one of the things is, pastoring people, being that shepherd, to everyone. And that could, devote a lot of time,
Mm-hmm.
ministering to your congregation. Like, is there, you say you take certain time, pockets that are what do you call it?
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah.
So do you have designated time to where it's like, okay, let's meet up for coffee, or is
Mm-hmm.
it just everyone's texting you constantly and calling you, and like how do you go about doing that,
Yeah.
just like.
So that's good. That's a good question. I had to learn some of that the hard way because when I first started pastoring and being there for people and a congregation, I want everybody to like me, and I didn't want to say no to
Yeah.
anybody because everybody's need was important. Something I learned from my captain when I was in fire services, it was that someone else's emergency is not your emergency. Don't make the person you're going to serve emergency your personal emergency. Like basically, your house is not burning down; their house is burning down. So don't respond as if your house is burning down. Like let's serve them in the midst of their emergency, and that helped you in your mindset. Like if your house is burned down, you would probably do some irrational things like run inside to go get something and like be
Yeah.
more frantic. But if it's somebody else's, let's treat their emergency with care and not personally own every emergency. And when I first started as a pastor, I was owning everybody's. Like you called me, oh, my kid is going crazy, or my marriage is struggling, or we don't have the finances, and I was like trying to like get everything
Figure it out.
done myself, and that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to help people move on, and to love them people and to care for them. So I right now, how the backtrack right now, like I don't answer any church stuff from a certain time period to a certain time period. I just don't. And my church knows that. Like if you send me a
Mm.
message, text message, phone call, and it's not an emergency, you will not hear back from me until after this time slot. Because I have to protect that. And I don't really negotiate on that. Even if the people say, I texted you yesterday. I said, well, I'm getting to you today because I can't
Mhm.
be available for everybody all the time. So I had to set that up because I had learned that the hard way where, from this time slot to this time slot, I don't do church stuff. I just don't. I might pray, I might lift them up, but unless this is an emergency, true emergency, and not a true emergency because you say it's a true emergency, but like I also deem it as an emergency that you're not going to get a hold of me, and that's on purpose. So I had to set up those guardrails and those boundaries in my life so I could be who I need to be for my family and be for myself. Like, what good is a person who's burnt out in their 30s because you've given
Oh
yourself
man.
away and not? I had a pastor tell me, life is a marathon, but you want to run it as fast as you can, but as patient as you can. Like that's a marathon. Like run it as fast as you can, but as patient as you can. And so he would tell me, "Hey, you're running too fast. You need to slow it down. You're gonna burn out in mile 2 when you got mile 21 to get 21 miles to go." So yeah, that's how I kind of do it and govern it. Non-negotiable time.
Okay. I
A
love
lot of
it.
questions going on.
What
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. What about what does your sermon prep look like?
My sermon
Like
prep.
when
Yeah,
do you is that something you do like in the mornings or just like go to the office and, get that, or is, cuz we get certain things from our life that can, you can talk about, I'm
right.
sure. I'm sure you might have reselling sermons you talked
Yeah,
about on the pulpit. You never know.
yeah.
So
No,
like what
man.
does that look like? What does that look like with your
It's my
time?
process. People ask that, or people don't ask as often as I thought it would. But I think about my sermon all week. Like I pre-plan, I know where I want to go, and I think about it. I might say it, some stuff in my head, like this is how I would preach it. And then Saturday night, 6, 8 o'clock, some of that time frame, I sit down and I just write it. I just put it all out. I do it in one shot. I I used to work on a little bit Monday, a little bit Tuesday, a little, but then I found my sermons were very fragmented because I was in a different train of thought on different parts of the day or whatever may coming at me, and I was like, what was I thinking about when I wrote that? Like that makes no sense now. And so I stayed thinking about it. I chew on it. I put it to prayer, and then Saturday night I will just write it, and I don't go to bed until I'm satisfied. And then that's it. And then I preach it to myself Saturday night, and then Sunday morning I get up really early and I preach it again, tweak it again. And so by the time I preach it at Sunday morning, it's the third time that I'm preaching it. And so I know it. Like
Mhm.
I've been thinking about it all week. I wrote it out. I used to write it out word for word. I don't do that anymore. Now I do like more long outline style. I preach it to myself Sunday night, preach it to myself again Sunday morning, and then I preach it at church. So that's how my process goes, and it's worked out pretty well right now, and I'm comfortable with that. But yeah, that's how I
That's
do it.
awesome. Well, you definitely have managed, You need to write a book about time management skills, at least for all of our reselling friends here, because I know I struggle with time management. I get in these weird wormholes of looking up all the movies Tom Hanks has ever been in. So
So
you
the
know,
huge thing is to move from spending time to investing time. And if you can like wrestle with that in your own personal life and say, all right, I want to move into more investment instead of spending, because spending you can't get back. Investment has a return or the hopes of a return.
mhm.
That really helps like the time where you find like, man, I'm really just wasting time or spending time. Let me invest it. That usually helps you be more, what's the right word? Get more return on your time than getting down a wormhole, which we all have been in. You look up like,
Yeah,
where did those 2 hours go? I just wasted time. I had no investing happen at all. And so that's
that's a
where
good
I need to
word right
target.
there, though. I like that.
Yeah, man.
Investing time. Hey, I might take a lap. I might throw my shoe at you. You never know. You know.
That's funny. That's a
So, but
churchism
thank
right
you.
there for those who don't know.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that,
Yeah, man.
Dione. That's really good stuff right there. If you guys, you need to listen to back on that, because I think if you get anything out of this, guys, investing time and not spending time, I think
Yeah,
that's the best. That's a title for a church sermon right
that
there,
is.
guys.
I've never
So
preached on that, but that's
hey, there you
definitely
go.
something to
Hey,
think about.
next week, guys.
Maybe next week.
There you go. So let's say hi. We have Drew Strickland just jumped on. Good to see you, Drew. And we have a couple questions that just jumped on. Danny was saying boundaries are good. Doesn't make you anyone mean. Got to put the oxygen mask on yourself in the plane to be able to help others. That is
Mm-hmm.
true.
Yeah,
So
good word.
Crispy had a good question, and he wants to know what the total so far um of your Hot Wheels that you've sold. Here it
Man,
is.
I would have to say thousands, like
Thousands. Amen.
thousands.
I love that.
Uh, I'm probably three. I know it's just us in here. That money's already
Trip
spent,
to
so nobody can come get me. But
trip to Disney, baby. Let's
we
go.
already
Hey,
went on the trip. The money's already spent.
yeah.
And here's what I do know. So the Hot Wheels that I do have left, the 2 cases, if I need money quickly, I know I can just throw a car in there and get the money. So that's
That's
how I
good.
kind of treat them now. So nobody come gank me for my my Hot Wheels, because
They're
it's
not
a
gonna know what it is.
easy cash
Yeah.
cow right there. But yeah, several $1,000s on the Hot Wheels. Um, if you ever want to go deep dive in my TikToks, if you go back, I guess last year or almost a year and a half ago, I was selling them like all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. We're
My son's
almost
going to
done.
bed. Good night.
He's like, good night. Good night, Bubba. Yeah. So thank you for all right. So Rachel is saying, oh no, I think hey, you can always go back and listen,
Yeah,
for sure.
Rachel.
Thank you for jumping on.
Hi,
And
Rachel.
Julio, the Mexican picker, he says, what's up?
What's
So
up?
all right. So Dione, thank you so
Yeah.
much for jumping on. We have the last question here.
All right.
Tips.
Tips.
It's just
Just
to say, like, tips in general in life
oh,
as a
nice.
person,
Yeah.
and not just reselling related. Let's do tips. What is something that you being a firefighter, being associated with FCA as your full-time job, pastoring a church, ministering and shepherding people. Give us some tips, man.
Yeah. Man, I got a lot. I'll give let's see. Off the top of my head, I'll give
Off the top.
off the top, like if I was going to freestyle, spit a rhyme for you. I'll give you tips in the 5 F's that I go by. So
Five F's. Okay.
5 F's.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
is
So
definitely
you
a
got,
church
here you
sermon.
go. 5 F's. I do this with the athletes. You got
Okay.
your faith, your family, your finances, your fitness, and your future. So it's 5 F's. All right. So faith. This is what I say with your faith. That tip is to find out for yourself what is true and not true. Not what someone else says, not what I say, not what a pastor says, not what someone on TikTok says or a video. find out about if there's something bigger than us in this moment that we live in. If there's a creator, if there's not a creator, if there is a creator, who is the creator? Like, find out about your faith. That's why I encourage you. I have a personal belief to what I hold to. And people have asked me, if you were Dione, what if you were wrong? What if everything you believe in, you're wrong? I say, well, then I lived a high moral life. I loved one woman with all my heart. And I raised my kids to be high productive citizens. Like, I have no regrets. Like, I may have missed out on the world stuff, but I lived a high moral driven, purpose driven life. No regrets. But what if I'm right? What if everything I believe in is right? Then it's a whole nother conversation. So I would look into your faith with that. Family. This is what I come to a family. I'm a husband, and so I'm gonna talk on the husband tip. Husbands, love your wife. Like, love her dearly. Like, make her number one, and that she never has to question if she's number one. That she never has to even wonder if she's number one at anything. Person, job, career, children, that you asked her to marry you, and that you would remember that, and that you stay in that, like, in love with your wife. I'm in love with my wife more than I was when I first asked her to marry me all those years ago. So, family tip: love your wife, and then know that you deserve love if you are not married or anything like that. Don't shortchange yourself with love. So that's family. The next one is finances. Look into crypto. Just don't be afraid of it. My tip is look into it. I believe it's the future. Just like people didn't believe like email was going to be the future, and we all know what email is now. They didn't believe social media was going to be the future, and we know what social media is now. Cryptocurrency, I personally believe, will be the future. So just don't be afraid of it. So that's finances. Fitness. You get this one body. This is it. Unless you believe in cloning and you can afford it. You get this one shell. You got to take care of it. You got to take care of it. You want to age well. So I say you work out, you eat well, you do what you do now for your future body. So I do all the stuff I do now, my 30-year-old body for my 40-year-old body. And I will do what I'm doing in my 40-year-old body for my 50-year-old life and body. So you get this one shot at this. Like, I want to age well. So put that in your mind and heart as you start to live your life, especially as you start moving up in the tick age bracket. You're like, all right, this is all I got. This is one body. Let me age well with that. And the future, I would say this: doesn't matter if you're a reseller or whatever, your past does not define you. There's a tip. Your last flop on reselling, it doesn't define you. Your failures don't define you. Your future is not written yet. And so go and write a good story. Go write a story that's worth telling, worth living, and live it. Love people. Like, love people beyond yourself. Serve others. Look to be a blessing instead of to be blessed. Look to give instead of receive. Write your story that's worth living. So yeah, without me preaching a sermon, those will be some tips in the 5 F's that I kind of use in my life. If you want to use them again, you got faith, family, finances, fitness, and future.
There you go, guys.
There you go.
Those might be the best tips we've ever had on the podcast. Faith, family, finances, fitness, and future. I got them all right, didn't I?
You got them, man.
Let's go, baby.
I got them. So I was going to make a shirt called High Five because it's 5. So this is the high five of my life. I was like, man, I'm going to make a t-shirt company. It's called the High Five. But that's just another thing I can't run another business. So someone else can take it.
You can. Yeah, you can. You can do it.
I could. I don't know if I should, Ray. You're right. I could, but should I?
That's true. Okay. Boundaries.
For sure.
Boundaries. But guys, everyone in the chat, thank you so much. We have Danny, dropping, she's saying 20 away, guys, from doing the giveaway. So if you haven't already subscribed, do so. And we have Jiggly Thrift just made it on. He says
Jiggly,
best tip of all time.
Yeah.
So we might have to get you that shirt. We'll find a way to get that shirt. So but guys, that concludes another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. Thank you so much, Dione, for coming on. I know we went way over. We're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to edit
thank
all
you
that
so
down.
much for your time, man. I know that you got the time thing down. So
it's a holiday
I just
tomorrow, man.
You
it's a
so
holiday tomorrow. Holiday.
Oh, it is a holiday. What is it? President's Day, right?
Yeah, holiday for us. So
okay,
we're good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, thank you so much, Chris, everyone that jumped on. There's so many people. Thank you so much for all the love, the support that you guys constantly show us. And you guys need to go and support my boy. Like him on TikTok, or just if you don't have a TikTok and you're thinking about him, just put a good word out there.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram, same name.
There you go, guys. So, anything else for the people?
No, man. I'm just glad that I know most of the people in the room, so it's making me smile. And this is cool. It's something I wanted to do. Never thought I was going to be big enough reseller. I'm always shocked of how few followers I have compared to so many other people, but that's okay. TikTok will come around. So I feel like
that doesn't matter. Hey, what'd you say? You got to know who you are, right?
Exactly. I know my numbers don't define me. I know who I am.
Yeah.
Even if TikTok doesn't.
That's right, TikTok.
But no, man, it's been cool. I've enjoyed it, and can't wait to see what others do when you guys bring on this awesome platform you have. Thanks to you for doing.
Yeah, we like to. Let's I say this all the time. One of the reasons we wanted to start the show is to have people on from different walks of life and reselling backgrounds. So
and people in the chat are talking about it. You gotta look into crypto. I've taken some of my resale money and put it into crypto, and it's made me more money.
Oh, there you go. See, that you're investing your time and money into your future.
It is. And
Chris
NFTs.
says he wanted to borrow a Bitcoin.
Just borrow one.
Just borrow one. Hey, that's all you need.
Let me see if I can have one laying
right?
around somewhere. Let's see if I can find one.
Right.
Just under the couch cushion. Maybe I left one.
There you go.
On the couch.
Looking between the couch cushion.
NFTs. Me and my son are doing NFT project right now.
I gotta get with you on that. All that is very foreign to me, so I gotta talk to somebody that knows more into it. So,
man, if he sells one NFT for 0.1 ETH, he's gonna blow his lot. He's like, Dad.
Who?
My son.
Your son?
Yeah, we're doing an NFT project together, and he's excited. He's got the project, and we're about to launch it. We're putting all the things behind it, and if he sells it for the lowest amount that you're able to sell it, he's like, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, you might have something here. Stay tuned for Nashville Flippers NFTs.
Yeah.
We got a flip coin coming soon. So you never know.
That would be dope.
You never know. So guys, thank you so much for coming on. My name is Ray. What's your name, Dione?
I'm Dione. I thought you were going to say your partner who's not here.
I know. Yeah, Dustin's not here.
Yeah. I'm Dione.
There you go. And we will catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. God bless.
Peace.